When it comes to the world of music, entertainment, and celebrity culture, one thing is certain: the truth has a way of resurfacing, even years later. Fans are often dazzled by the glitz and glamour of red carpets, stage performances, and magazine covers, but behind the shine, there are often hidden stories, struggles, secrets, and sacrifices that the public never sees. In today's deep dive, we explore a revelation that has shaken fans of one of R&B's most beloved figures, Kelly Rowland. Recently, former NFL player Roy Williams, once her fiancé, has come forward with comments that suggest Kelly had been hiding truths from her audience for many years. His words have ignited a storm of speculation, admiration, and even backlash, as people debate what really went on behind the scenes of their relationship and Kelly's career. Kelly Rowland is a household name, admired not just for her artistry, but also for her resilience. From her early beginnings as a member of Destiny's Child to carving her own path as a solo star, Kelly has demonstrated remarkable talent and determination. Yet, even as she ascended the heights of fame, her personal life remained a subject of curiosity. One of the most talked about chapters was her engagement to Roy Williams, a former NFL wide receiver who played for the Detroit Lions and later the Dallas Cowboys. Their romance appeared like a fairy tale, beautiful, glamorous, and picture-perfect. Fans saw them as a power couple destined for longevity. However, the engagement came to an abrupt end, leaving the public with questions that never received clear answers. Fast forward to today, Roy Williams has decided to speak publicly about that period of his life, and his comments suggest that Kelly Rowland was hiding more than just her unhappiness in their relationship. According to Williams, Kelly carried personal battles and insecurities that the public never realized. He claims that what looked like a confident, radiant superstar on the outside was, in reality, a young woman under intense emotional pressure. These statements have stirred a mix of emotions among fans, ranging from shock and sympathy to anger and defensiveness. Williams alleges that one of the greatest secrets Kelly kept during their time together was her emotional vulnerability and uncertainty about the relationship itself. He insists that the engagement was not entirely built on mutual readiness, but rather fueled by external pressures, expectations from the industry, the media, and perhaps even from their inner circles. In his words, Kelly was not truly prepared for marriage at the time, yet felt trapped by the narrative of being part of a glamorous celebrity couple. If true, these claims shed light on the darker side of fame, how public perception often dictates private decisions. For Kelly Rowland, who was balancing a booming career and trying to assert her individuality apart from Destiny's Child, the pressure to live up to societal ideals of success may have been overwhelming. Imagine being in your early 20s, already a global superstar, yet feeling compelled to say yes to a lifelong commitment, not because you were emotionally ready, but because the world expected perfection. Williams also touched on Kelly's internal struggle with self-confidence, particularly when constantly compared to Beyoncé, her Destiny's Child bandmate and close friend. While fans celebrated their sisterhood, Williams claims Kelly sometimes felt overshadowed by Beyoncé's meteoric rise. According to him, this comparison quietly weighed on Kelly, leaving her questioning her own identity and worth. Although Kelly has publicly addressed this sentiment in later years, most notably in interviews and her song Dirty Laundry, Williams' words reignite the conversation, suggesting that the wounds may have been deeper and more consuming than previously believed. To truly understand the weight of these revelations, it's important to revisit Kelly Rowland's history. Born Kellandria Treen Rowland in 1981, she moved to Houston, Texas, as a child, where she was raised by her mother after her father left the family. At a young age, Kelly found herself drawn to music, and fate led her to meet Beyoncé Knowles. Together, under the guidance of Matthew Knowles, The two would form the nucleus of what later became Destiny's Child. Alongside Michelle Williams, they went on to become one of the most successful girl groups of all time. Their catalogue of hits, from Say My Name to Survivor, cemented their legacy, but behind the success were years of discipline, grueling schedules, and immense public scrutiny. Kelly's voice, stage presence, and charisma made her stand out, but it was impossible to ignore how the media often painted Beyoncé as the central star. This narrative unintentionally placed Kelly in the role of the supporting member, despite her undeniable talent. Such dynamics, Williams claims, affected her confidence during their relationship. He alleges that she had to work twice as hard to prove her worth, both professionally and personally. When Williams and Rowland's engagement became public, it was supposed to mark a new chapter for Kelly, a moment of joy and stability amidst her demanding career. Yet, according to Williams, the pressure of sustaining that image became a burden. He describes a Kelly who was torn between her desire to maintain a flawless public persona and her private doubts about their compatibility. Ultimately, the relationship ended, leaving behind unanswered questions that fans still speculate about to this day. The breakup itself was sudden and unexpected. In 2005, Kelly confirmed that she and Williams had ended their engagement, citing that she was not ready for marriage. At the time, she kept her explanation brief, and the public largely respected her privacy. Yet now, with Williams offering his side of the story, the narrative has expanded. His claims paint a picture of a young woman overwhelmed by competing pressures, professional obligations, personal insecurities, and the relentless glare of the spotlight. Critics of Williams argue that his decision to speak out after so many years is opportunistic. They question why he would choose to expose these details now, at a time when Kelly has moved on, built a family, and established herself as a respected artist, actress, and mentor. To them, his revelations seem unnecessary and potentially damaging, especially since Kelly has already been candid about her past struggles in her own time and on her own terms. Others, however, feel his perspective adds a layer of understanding to Kelly's journey, reminding the world that celebrities, no matter how polished they appear, are not immune to insecurity, doubt, and heartbreak. Fans have also pointed out that Kelly's openness in later years aligns with parts of Williams's claims. In her 2013 single Dirty Laundry, Kelly bravely revealed her experiences with toxic relationships, jealousy, and feeling overshadowed by Beyoncé. The song was widely praised for its honesty and vulnerability, proving that Kelly herself has never been afraid to confront painful truths when she felt ready. Williams' recent comments, therefore, may not necessarily be shocking, but rather a reiteration of struggles that Kelly has already owned publicly. Still, the timing and tone of his revelations matter. Many argue that Kelly Rowland deserves respect and privacy, especially since she has built a beautiful family with her husband, Tim Weatherspoon, and continues to thrive both professionally and personally. By bringing up old wounds, Williams risks overshadowing the positive strides Kelly has made in reclaiming her narrative. At the heart of this story is a bigger conversation about the pressures placed on women in the entertainment industry. Kelly Rowland's alleged struggles with self-confidence, overshadowing, and relationship pressure are not unique. They echo the experiences of countless female artists who have had to fight for individuality in a world quick to compare, criticize, and consume. Williams's revelations, whether welcomed or not, remind us that the spotlight often magnifies insecurities rather than erases them. What remains undeniable is Kelly Rowland's resilience. Despite the challenges, she has emerged as one of the most respected figures in music and entertainment. From her chart-topping solo hits like Motivation to her roles in film and television, Kelly has proven her versatility. As a mentor on shows like The X Factor and a role model to aspiring artists, she continues to inspire with her grace and wisdom. Roy Williams may have reopened a chapter of her past, but Kelly's present speaks volumes about her growth. She has repeatedly shown that she is not defined by comparison, heartbreak, or public scrutiny. Instead, she has chosen to define herself on her own terms, as a singer, an actress, a mother, and a woman of strength. Ultimately, the question remains, what purpose do Williams's revelations serve? Are they a genuine attempt to offer insight into a complicated relationship, or are they a self-serving move to capture attention? Whatever the case, one thing is certain. Kelly Rowland's story is far greater than any single relationship or secret. Her journey is a testament to resilience, and her legacy is one of empowerment, artistry, and authenticity.